Greetings, golf addicts, and welcome back down to the cellar for the Fantasy Golf Sommelier presented by PrizePicks. And this week we're at the Players Championship. I cannot wait to get started. You know what? I may have made a few changes to the format this week. I could have possibly gotten rid of the Boone's Farm Fade of the Week. How could I do that? I don't know. We'll see. All right. We're going to get into the plays here shortly, but really quick, let me talk about this wine that I'm drinking tonight. It's a little white wine blend. You don't really hear about blends too much as far as the white wine is concerned. You hear it more about in reds and things like that. But this is good. It's made by a company, a winery called Conundrum. And the reason I chose Conundrum is because we're going to be in a little bit of a conundrum this week with our plays. All right. A lot of weather concerns. There's some wind, and it's a hard golf course. And really, any type player can do well here. So we got to be on point. Okay. We got to be on point with our PrizePicks plays. And I am going to start with my wine by the glass play of the week. Okay. This play is just, I can choose whatever I want. I can choose an over, I can choose an under. It doesn't matter. I'm going by the glass. Okay. And here's what I'm doing this week. I'm going with the under on 4.5 strokes on hole number 2 for Brooks Koepka. I love this play. Now, look, I mean, this is a guy that we know can score on par fives. He can bomb it off the tee. Now, being a bomber doesn't necessarily help you all that much on this course in general, but it does on the par fives. And I like that this week for him. Okay. And here, number 2 is the second easiest hole on the course. All right. Outside of number 16, which is a par 5 also, and it's the easiest hole in the course. But I love Brooks Koepka on hole number 2 to make a birdie. So under 4.5 strokes here. All right, let's go in about, let's talk about why are we talking about? What are we talking about? A little conundrum. And I put down there on the caption, the ladies in white blends. Here's the thing. This could actually have to do with the men too. Okay. We got lady watchers. All right. But here's the thing. I think you have to really pay attention to what your significant other wants to drink, not just you. It's not all about you. It's about your significant other too. Okay. And this wine, this conundrum, is one that I know. I know my wife likes. I know it's one that it's kind of her go-to wine. As a matter of fact, I would like you to comment on your significant other's go-to wine. Now, not their favorite wine if they go to a restaurant or whatever. I'm talking about just like an everyday drinking wine for your significant other. You got to pay attention to that, okay? You got to make sure you know what they want, not just what you want, all right? Now, let's talk about the FGS Reserve play of the week. And for me, now this is an over. This is going to be the over on greens in regulation for Alex Noren, which is set at 12.5. Remember, we have 18 greens on the golf course, okay? Do the math. That's how it works. There's 18 holes. There's 18 greens, okay? That's what you get here in the Fantasy Golf Sommelier, that kind of calculation and knowledge. But anyway, Alex Noren hits a lot of greens. He's 4th in the field in greens in regulation. That is pretty good. He is also top 10 in the field in strokes gained approach. Also pretty good. And that's a way of telling you that he hits a lot of greens and he does well when he hits them. Okay. Now, he has struggled here the last couple years in this event, but before that, in his first 2 starts, he had a top 10 and a T17. That is not all that bad at all. I love Alex Noren this week, and I especially like him on the over at 12.5 and greens in regulation. Now, let's get back to wine we talking about, okay? A few tasting notes on the conundrum. Now, it's a unique blend, all right? You've got some Viognier, Muscat, Sauvignon Blanc, and Chardonnay. Now, you may be asking, well, what is Pat looking at? Is he looking at notes? Of course I'm looking at notes. I can't remember all this stuff in the top of my head, okay? I got to look at notes sometimes, all right? You know? But anyway, it's got a very there's a lot of flavors to this wine though. If you smell it, it's almost like you're smelling a bouquet of flowers, all right? And then you smell, and then there's some pears and peaches, and it's like you're smelling a bucket of fruit right after you smell the flowers. It's amazing. a little too sweet for my taste. A little too sweet, but I think most of the ladies would like this. But anyway, by the way, I think it goes well with it would go well with like turkey with some seafood, maybe even a spicy dish. Kind of get that kind of, calm things down, calm the flavors down in your mouth with something like this. All right. Mm. Really good. Okay, let's move on to my favorite play of the week, and that is the pop the cork. This is the guy that I'm just going all in on. I'm taking him out of my favorite part of the wine cellar, and I'm just drinking it up. Okay. And that's John Rahm. John Rahm and everything you do this week. I love him. And here's a few plays that I like John Rahm on this week. Okay. I like the under on total score set at 70 for the first round. You may be asking, what the hell is the FGS talking about? Okay. Why would he take the under on 70? I mean, that's two under. The course is going to be playing difficult, whatever else. Okay. I think these guys are going to score on Thursday. We saw this last week at the Arnold Palmer. Okay. It got way harder as the week went on, and that's what I think is going to happen this week. It's going to get a lot harder. You may want to take overs as the week goes on. But on the first day, I think these guys know they really got to get aggressive and they really got to score, especially on these par fives. Okay. So even if you don't like this under, then take the over on birdies at 4.5 for John Rahm. Now, that's a bonus play. I didn't really plan on even saying that, but I'm just telling you right now, you may take that because he's certainly going to make some bogeys, but I think he's going to make at least 5 birdies. I think he's going to play these par fives really well. I think he's going to play aggressive all day long. So I love the under on 70 for John Rahm in day one. Here's another one that I like. So PrizePicks gives you the total score on 16, 17, and 18. Okay. 16 is an easy par 5. It's the easiest hole on the course. 17 is a par 3. Okay, we know 17. It's the famous island green, whatever else. But it's literally a wedge for these guys. Now it's scary when you got all kinds of people around you, and there's a little bit of pressure, but it's still just a wedge, which these guys for the most part can hit pretty close almost every single time. And then hole 18 is very tough. It's a hard drive. You got water all down the left. But I do think he can make par here. That number is set at 11.5, okay, for John Rahm. Well, I think he goes birdie. That's a 4 on number 16. He goes 3. He goes par 3 on number 17. That's a 7. And then he gets the par on 18. That's a 4. That makes it 11. That's the under on 11.5. So I like that for John Rahm. I think he may even beat that by a little more than that. Who knows? We'll see. He may even get a birdie on 17. I don't know. But I do like that play. Okay, so there you go. I believe that's it. That's all I've got for the Fantasy Golf Sommelier this week. Treat your ladies, your men, whoever else right. Get them some good wine. Get them what they like. Okay? Maybe try a little conundrum, We'll see how it goes. I'm excited for this week. Good luck. Out.